It does feel like a job interview. So tell me your strengths, Mark. What would you say are your strengths?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I leave without notice. Like I just walk out mid shift. I'm strong at doing that. So
Okay,
and
we
then I just
actually
never go back.
okay, that's actually my forte. So I'm glad you're hired. That's the only thing. That's like
Good.
one of the requirements.
It's definitely something that might happen
I
if I
need to
work at your
know,
establishment.
honestly, just I wouldn't be surprised if you just leave this meeting at any point in time.
Right. Just hit the leave button. Impulse. I had to fight intrusive thoughts. I almost did it.
Oh, on that note, everybody, this is my buddy Mark, or a lot of you might know him as at Setto on TikTok. So I've known you 2009 we
Yeah.
met. That
Probably
makes sense.
2009. Yeah.
Dude, you were like one of the first people that I met in Troy when I moved there. It's
Yeah.
fucking weird to think about.
Yeah. I remember you moved in, yeah, down there like on 102nd, 101st or
Yeah.
something like that. And yeah, I remember you and your brother and whatnot. I was living upstairs from Danny. And
Yep. Yep.
yeah, dude, those are some crazy times, bro.
Dude, if me then met me now, he would think I was a bitch.
Yo, you know what? To be honest with you, I feel like softer than dog shit. My daughters have I have three daughters and
Yeah.
one son, and yeah, bro, I'm a princess in disguise. You don't know it.
Like we were talking about that the other day. We're like, all right, yeah, yeah, come on the pod, let's do this. You're like, well, let me figure it out with my wife, like, my schedule. I'm like, you sent me
Right.
yours, and I was like, all right, yeah, now let me go talk to my wife about mine now.
Yeah, I was like, and yeah, I said that. I was like, dude, who would have thought back then walking around Lansingburg with Kanye West on like Boost Mobile ringtones.
Hmm.
The two of us, like correlating your schedule with your wife. That's fucking hilarious to me.
It's insane, dude. Like, and
But
even the people that I talk to now, because I barely even talk to anybody from like back then.
oh,
Like
same.
even like if those people then met me now, or me now met them, it'd
Mhm.
be like a completely, like right now, if I pulled out a pack of cigarettes and started smoking, you'd be like, "Oh, he's smoking again." My wife would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Right. Yeah, dude. You know what? It's like when you know somebody for that long too, like the way, like obviously the length of time we've known each other.
Yeah,
It's almost like me talking to you right now. It's almost like picking. I know it's cliche, but it's like picking up exactly where you left off
yeah,
with no speed bumps, no hiccups, nothing like that. You know what I
literally
mean?
nothing. It's
Yeah.
hilarious to think about, because like I
Yeah.
mean, we went from Neff, all that fucking outrageous bright clothing, and
Oh
then
yeah.
even after high school, filling up
Yeah.
backpacks with spray paint
Oh dude.
and a
Oh
BB
dude.
gun, and
Dude, the spray paint eras, bro. The spray paint era is crazy for me because this actually comes full circle too. It's like I'm still doing that Hank Hill like YouTube poop style
yeah,
edit stuff, and dude, I just remember like tagging every like sidewalk. I don't want to say where,
nope.
but with Hank Hill, you know what I mean? Like Hank Hill, bro. Like it was everywhere. It was just weird. People were like, you see the Hank Hill face over there, and I'm like, oh, I think I know who did that. And then here I am, doing the same stuff. It's just come full circle. It's like you said with the bright clothing with Neff. I actually wrote that down as like a talking point. I'm like, dude, we used to be like, I mean, like whatever the style was for like Kanye. Well, I keep saying Kanye West because that was like really what it
It's
was at the time. It was the biggest
yeah,
influence, and
it
that and like
definitely
Lil
was.
Wayne. You know what I mean? It was like two biggest influence rappers of the time, and yeah, we were wearing like neon everything, bro.
Dude, literally neon everything, and now I'm in like black everything, gray
Bro,
everything. Like,
I,
dude,
it's my
literally,
life.
it's like, dude, if I
Yeah.
were to like put on a pair of pants from back then and wear them, like people around would be like, "Are you like going through something? You all right?"
Are you going through something?
Like, dude, why are your pants fucking purple?
Bro, we used to Photoshop pictures of each other. I remember I have a couple they didn't age well, so I couldn't really post them or anything
Yeah,
like that. But dude, hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Like me, you and Drew Laughlin, dude, we used to just do the funniest shit.
dude, the stupidest shit. So fucking funny.
I just thought of
And like,
something.
what's up?
I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
I
you're
just thought
good.
of something. Bro, I remember I had this really old you probably know exactly what the fuck I'm gonna say. I had this flip phone, bro, back in the flip phone days, and it was the poor kid flip phone, right? And the only other kid, I lost my charger, bro, and I had to be texting. I had to be texting people. I had like the ten
Oh, I
dollars a
know.
month Verizon plan, bro. my phone died, and the only other kid that would even possibly have that fucking phone was Chris Pickett, bro. And he did. He had the charger. Now here's where the story is fucking takes a turn. Dude, he lived around the corner from me. I make the walk across the alley, go into his house. He's like, "Oh yeah, the charger's right here for you." I go in his bedroom, bro, and it's under an old bubble screen TV, like a 900-pound TV. This man pulls on it with all of his force and it just snaps the charger in half. And he's like, "Well, I did have one for you." And I was so crushed. I was like, "Fuck, man," because I didn't think anybody. It was like a long
No,
charger
dude,
clip. It looked like
nobody was gonna have that except us.
hell no.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
like
100%,
it was
100%.
the poor kids flip
Yeah,
phone.
dude, and that's the thing too. When you're young, I mean, it's like your parents, they could be moderate, like they all
Yeah,
work. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's like growing up where we did, and I mean, I'm pretty sure you come from a bunch of siblings too, right? Like you had a lot of
Uh,
siblings in the house, or
yeah. I'm gonna get into that with you because I haven't even told you any of that. But
oh
yeah, I
shit,
have two brothers that you knew of.
yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. And I was the same way, bro. I had like the crazy home life, just a bunch of fucking nonsense over the years and shit,
Yeah,
man. But and it was just the same kind of thing. We just took to the streets, bro. It was just fun outdoors. Fuck my house.
yeah. That's literally what it was. Like, dude, I mean, you saw my room. It didn't have like a bed frame or anything. It was just a mattress on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah,
Like everything was like because it was like just somewhere for me to sleep. I wasn't hanging out in there.
yeah, 100%. You know, using the pile of clothes for like pillows and shit. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Just
Dude, I remember one day, you brought up Drew. His dad didn't know I was spending the night. And I don't know if you were downstairs, and I fucking jumped between the wall and the bed, and he threw all of his clothes on me and shit. And I was like, "This is only things that we could do because
right,
none
right,
of us have like dressers with our fucking clothes folded in it.
right.
We're all
Just
like
ready for disguise.
just ready to go."
Yeah,
But
there was some fun times there, man.
dude, there was a lot. Oh, that's literally. I don't know if we spent more than fucking an hour inside, but it all, like you said, it all kind of led to this because I mean, you were doing game battles back then,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like,
game battles.
and dude, you and Dan would take that shit
I
serious.
know, bro.
Like me and Drew would have to leave the room and shit. I was like, Drew, we gotta go
Yeah,
skate.
dude. No, yeah, and no offense either. Like I love Drew. But
Yeah,
I do, there's a time I recall. Like you saying that brings up an exact time. I remember Dan and I. We had this whole fake life on like like KSI before like
yeah,
modern days of like KSI, like you know, like in boxing and shit like that. Like, dude, we were in KSI in like '08 summer, like you know, almost you know going into '09.
yeah,
And we lied to this regiment. I mean, these were some like 25 at the time 25-year-old men. We were like, you know what, like 14, 15,
yeah.
something like that.
Super fucking young.
16 years old, dude. And fucking we lied to them. We were like, "Oh, we're volunteer firefighters, bro." All types of shit, bro. And we were in their regiment, KSI. Yeah, we were doing game battles. I remember this one time though, Drew came in and he was like sweating because he was out like grinding his ass off, probably like practicing for a tray flip. Like
Yeah.
every 5 seconds, but he comes in sweating his ass off, just goes in the doorway, looks at me and Dan, and he goes, "Are you guys gonna go the fuck outside at all, ever? Or are you gonna sit on this fucking game all day and play with imaginary shit?" Bro, he lost it on us. I was like, he left. I was like, he's got a point.
He used to get so pissed off
For
for
real.
no reason. He's
Yeah.
like, just literally, I mean, he probably, like you said, dude, he probably fell 14 fucking times before
Yeah.
landing the shit he was working on because that's
Oh yeah.
all he wanted to do. So he comes in sore as shit, and you guys are just inside hanging out. Fucking Dan's on his fourth cigarette. And Drew's like, "What the fuck, guys?"
Yeah, dude, just fucking yeah, just like smoking Black and Milds and White
Yeah,
Owls. Like
dude.
that was the
Ugh.
thing. We're like cigars and game battles.
Yeah.
We're 14 and 15. That's what we're doing right now.
But like, but it's just funny because I mean, now you look at it, you got what 16,000 something followers on TikTok. You got people stealing your shit.
Crazy, man. He's a phony.
Dude,
That man's a phony. Yeah, dude.
everybody was flooding his shit today. I'm not gonna say his name because fuck that guy.
Right,
But
yeah, fuck him.
everybody was flooding his shit today. And
Yeah,
like
yeah,
even I went on and I was
he's a
like,
fucking creep, dude.
I'm like, hey, if you guys like this clip, go to TikTok and look up I said, oh, because you know, considering this is his video and all.
Right, right. And
Like,
you know what
dude,
too? Like I talked to like my buddies earlier that I was like playing Warzone with. I was like, you know what? As far as yeah, let me touch on that really quick. Yeah, coming full circle, it's like I've always had this like urge to like generate an algorithm or some kind of viral anything. Like I mean,
Yeah,
even like UI and Drew and all of us
yeah,
back in the day, like recording little like just little skits and shit, taking even if it was like for MySpace, you know what I'm saying, like taking pictures and just trying to like create something out of the norm. And then if we, when you and I down the road, around like the Jake Taylor times and shit like that,
yeah,
I like to call them like that saga, coming up with our little band and shit, and we were still finding ourselves in life and
yep.
fucking, just all types of shit, man. And then yeah, I tried to do like clothing lines back then. They never took off. I never had the money to do that shit. But dude,
Nope.
I actually, not to like a shameless self plug, but I do clothing on Etsy. I have a print on demand store. And I do like this Hank Hill type shit, dude. Like the just like the funny, like I use Adobe Illustrator, so all my art
Yep.
is like vectorized. It's all legit. Took all
Yeah.
the knowledge from like everything I studied trying to make shirts when I was young and poor. I'm a grown adult now, and I'm like, I've sold like, I know it's nothing crazy, but like 15 shirts already. It feels
That's
really
still,
fucking good. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because we were, I mean, literally, we both tried something like that. We tried it together, we tried it separate, and
Yeah.
it's even together, we didn't have the fucking money to do it. It's
Yeah.
not
It
like,
was just the dream, bro. It was
yeah,
always just the dream. That's all it was. It was just,
but
and yeah.
yeah, I mean, even ball busting in basements and everything, because I went from that. I mean, I did like a little MMA stint. We don't talk about that. That didn't work out. But like from that,
I followed
you
it.
you shouldn't have.
You
There wasn't
should know.
much to follow. But like
Oh shit.
from all that, I did comedy a couple of years ago, and then when my son was born, I was like, all right, well, I can't be out until fucking midnight every night, and then coming in, and dogs
Yeah.
are gonna wake him up. How do I do it? And that's how this started. Because like I could still come in here, tell jokes, and you're not gonna get like the live laughs, but
Sure.
you're being funny.
Yeah. No,
Like you're gonna
100%.
get the feedback regardless, some way or another.
Yeah. And it's
So
good too when you get these little sound bites too, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, yeah,
you see all the
exactly.
time. And bro, I just gotta be honest with you. I'm proud of you for I seen you were doing it, with the whole dangerously average
Yep,
podcast and
yep.
dad. So when I seen you, coming off the edge a little bit, I was like, you know what? He's definitely trying to push this in a direction. I can feel it. You know what I mean? And I think it's
Yeah,
awesome. I really
yeah.
do.
No, I appreciate it. That's why, when I went solo, because we still have that. It's just way more inconsistent because trying to
Sure.
match up two fucking dads and their schedule. You saw how hard it was just for you and I to fucking figure
Dude,
it out.
oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
I understand it.
yeah, so it's hard for us to be as consistent. And I'm like, well, how can I be consistent? All right, I'll
Sure.
just go solo and do that. And that's why I think you were the first person I reached out to.
Nah, dude, and
Cause
you know what? I felt so like listen, bro. We all like four of my kids tested positive for COVID, so we're
yeah,
quarantined. I'm Gucci, you know what I mean? Like obviously,
yeah,
as you can hear and tell. But fucking like yeah, dude, it's like I'm like I don't want to reschedule because this is important to him. I was like, not that even if he tells me, nah, man, it's fine, reschedule. I'm like, no, because you posted, episode comes out this day, episode comes out that day.
yeah,
And if there's one thing I completely understand, bro, is that like from like doing the live streams and like not wanting to go live sometimes and being like, but you put a schedule down, you know what I mean? Like the
yep,
more you follow through that fan base is a little more legit, you know what I mean? And to deliver on those promises. So I was like, nah, I can't do that to him at all. You know what I mean? So
right. And that's no, that's appreciated because that's literally like that's the dangerously average dudes. That's the downside to that. Is I like to tease like I same thing you said with putting out snippets and everything else. Like I love to tease what's coming up, and I
yeah.
don't always do it when I record. Like because I'm like, well, I know we're recording tomorrow, so I'll just tease it for tomorrow, and then he can't go or I can't go, and then it's like, well, now I just look like an asshole because what are you
Yeah.
teasing shit for? So
and
it's just
and the
like,
dad thing is like I totally understand it, bro. Like I said, it's been so long since we talked, and like
yeah,
yeah, dude. Like just to touch on that a little bit, I guess how the fuck I stumbled upon that title. Uh, I yeah, dude. After I broke off from like the Jake Taylor days, I'll say
hmm
I keep using that as a reference point, but that was
I
like
mean,
around
it's
the
a
time we all started collabing again.
yeah,
But yeah, that's like 2012, I think, and then 2 years later in 2014, like I met my wife at a party and I'm still out being young and fucking reckless and just partying, like living party to party to party to party. And then just like one day I was like, I just like looked at her. I was like, I felt like I've lived a really long life, and I know that sounds crazy because it's like, dude, you're in your 20s. I had my
Right.
first kid at 21. I'll be 30 this year. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, but anyways, yeah, it's like settling down and then like having kids and experiencing shit that like my friends at the time still hadn't had kids yet, and they're still totally different minds, and you
Yeah.
obviously understand that, and it's just, dude, it's crazy, and being a parent, especially to four kids, and let alone one, like I'm never the type to be like, well, I got four. Imagine how it feels to be
Yeah. Well, like,
my
yeah.
place.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's true, but also at the same time, like, you started with one, so you know how that
Right.
is too.
Oh yeah, dude. And the one
Like,
was the worst. The worst thing with kids, I'll just say really quick, was, and I actually haven't even drank in like over 3 months, but I've drank so much when I was younger and shit. But dude, the
yeah.
hangover, once I dealt with a hangover with a fucking kid, was where I realized like I don't got many more years of this drinking shit in me,
Nope.
bro. Like not at all. Like,
It's literally no way. It's like, even if you're not drinking, just to go out for a long night and
late
then deal
night.
with kids, like that alone will fuck you up.
Oh, dude. And
Add a
it's like you
hangover
feel
to
bad
it.
too, because they're just a fucking kid, bro. Like they
Yeah,
just
they
have
don't know
regular
why
fucking
you're.
needs, and you're
Yeah.
like laying in bed looking like you're on fucking IV. You're like, oh, this is my dad on Sundays. He's just fucking there.
This is just what he is. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, he's always had headaches his whole fucking life. I don't know what's wrong with him. It's like your dad
So,
was hungover.
so what I brought up earlier is because you asked me about siblings. So after he was born, and people already know this on here, but I haven't caught up with you at all. So
No,
like, this
no.
is where you're gonna learn it. I did an ancestry fucking test because I was just curious, and I know one day he might ask what he is, and I had a sister on there,
Mhm.
and so I messaged my brother a screenshot. I was like, "How do you explain this one?" And he goes, "Well, I don't know. I never took one, so I'm not on there." And I'm like, "That's just how do you explain the sister? You fucking idiot! I don't care about you."
Right.
And so my mom tells me, completely different dad. My actual dad's a Puerto Rican dude,
Really?
and I've got like fucking 10 more siblings. I swear to God.
Chris, you look Puerto Rican. Can we keep that in?
Yeah. I always make a joke because my one eye, like, you can know it'll squint down. And I'm like, dude, every Puerto Rican guy I knew had like a bigger eyelid on one side. They always had like that squinted eye. I was like, that's a fucking giveaway. You look at
Hey,
Fat Joe.
I'll let you say that. I'll
I can
I'll let
say
you
that.
say that.
I can say it.
Bro, that's your pass. That's your pass
Dude.
now.
But dude, I met him in June. It was Father's Day actually,
No shit.
and like, yeah, so completely different fucking.
Well, I never seen your OG dad either. I remember your mom. Like,
Yeah. She was always, because she's a alcohol. He was always like hidden somewhere,
oh
tucked
yeah.
away, jail, whatever it was,
Right,
wherever the
right.
fuck he was.
Sheesh.
But
Yeah, yeah. My old man went through it.
but like, she was always like the face. She would be the one to open the door. Like,
Sure.
he's not.
Yeah.
He's not fucking talking to you guys. He's like, I don't
Dude,
care about
that's
your fucking
fucking
friends.
crazy. My boy Christopher out here
Yeah, dude.
fucking, damn, boy.
Explains my height because the dude who raised me is like fucking 6'6", and
Well, shit. When we
I'm
gonna have your quinceanera?
that's what I'm saying. I gotta fucking. Oh my god, dude.
That's crazy. Well, so here's the thing though. You sound like you took it pretty well. The way you say it to me.
Yeah. Well, by then, I was almost 30. I'm 30 now. That was like
Oh
2 years
yeah.
ago. So I was almost 30. I was like, it is what it is at that point. I always kind of knew because
Yeah.
the dude who raised me, my dad, his dad, my grandfather,
Right.
he was like, well, you're not even my grandson when I was like fucking 8. So like, it was always
It kind of
there.
kind of clicked. Kind of clicked.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
what do you mean I'm not your fucking grandson? Like,
You
you
son
look
of a
just like
bitch.
my dad.
Right. He
And I don't
does.
look like I
I'm
don't
sure he
look like
does.
either of you. So maybe you're fucking right.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Damn, we got fucking Poppy out here.
Mhm.
Poppy
Dude,
Pickett.
it's fucking insane.
That's
The
cool
first
though,
thing,
bro. I mean, shit, it kind of probably threw your whole. I mean, I took an ancestry test too. I'm actually I know it's
black.
cliche as fuck. I'm actually black. Nah, no, no. I'm a 2% Native American.
Okay.
So I know people say that all the time, like I'm 1/17th Cherokee,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
know.
like,
Every fucking time.
mostly white, like girls are like, my grandmother said we was Cherokee. I'm like,
Yeah.
turns out they're just fucking Appalachian mountain mamas. Oh shit.
But like, yeah, dude, it threw me through a fucking. It didn't fuck me up or anything, but it was weird.
Oh, dude, it's
Because
probably like carpet pulled out from underneath, like the foundation of like, for all this, for all you knew, you were just this cisgender white scum, and now
yeah,
you're Puerto Rican. No, I'm just playing.
yeah. Now I'm dirty, but
Right.
I could say it. But like, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, can't wait to show my son how German we are. Then that shit, I saw a sister, and I was like, what? That's already
I can't
fucked
wait
up.
to
I don't.
show my son our recipe for bratwurst.
Yeah.
Now you got to make tamales.
Dude, I met fucking my grandmother or great grandmother, whatever she was, at that thing. She
Mm-hmm.
like broken English type Puerto Rican. I was like, damn, you
Oh,
guys, like
damn.
you guys are. I would have paid way
Hey,
more
hey, you
attention
know
in
what my wife
fucking.
said? My
What's
wife said
that?
this before we got on stream, and it's actually totally unrelated to, and it's related, but it's totally like she had like no clue that this was going to come up in conversation, but she was talking to me out there. My wife's black, right? And
Yeah,
she's out there
yeah,
talking, and she was like, "Damn, I wish she was just like she was watching a TikTok and it said like, I want to have a baby with a Puerto Rican person because those abuelitas really be
yeah.
fucking
The
babysitting."
babysitters.
I was like, "Damn, Chris, you got free childcare now."
Dude. So my cousin shared that uh a Puerto Rican girl commented and said, no the fuck they don't.
Damn. She said,
She's
hell
like,
no.
maybe them Dominican grandmothers,
He
Puerto Rican
said,
grandmothers don't babysit for shit.
I got a deadbeat grandmother. He said, these boomers are really fucking lazy.
Oh my god.
That's crazy though, bro. So honestly, yeah, that, I mean, like, yeah, that's like your foundation of your life. You see some switch ups there. Dude, I remember you used to like make jokes all the time about I don't know if it was your grandmother or what, but like basically cigarettes, right? Like being in
Yeah,
the house
yeah.
with like fucking hot box and
Yeah,
bogeys,
dude. That
right?
was my grandmother on my mom's side. Yep.
Dude, I grew up with that same shit, right? And
Yep.
I used to be embarrassed going to school, speaking of being like young and feeling like poor and shit. Like, dude, I used to be embarrassed because I'd go to school and I would smell like a whole ass like Marlboro, bro. And I'm
Yeah,
like a
dude.
kid. Like, and our like dryer was on the back porch, so all my clothes always smelled like
That's
a
where
fucking cigarette.
everything. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I always smelled like weed
Yeah.
because my
I
dad
mean, I still do.
and people like, yeah, yeah, that's true. And people would be like, "Oh, you smoke?" And I'm like, "No, what the fuck are you talking about?" Like, I
No, I'm
didn't
10.
think. Yeah, I'm like, "You guys want to play Beyblade or
You
what?"
guys want to rip Beyblades?
I'm not ripping bongs, you sickos. I
you
rip
fucking you
blades.
fucking delinquents. Dude, I remember back in that time, so like around the time we first met and shit like that, I remember we used to just like we would like text each other, we'd message each other on MySpace and be like, all right, if we leave at approximately 5 minutes from now and walk, we're about 20 blocks away from each other, we'll be at 100 and fucking 17th by this time. And then we'd get there and it's like fucking negative 20. And what
Yeah,
do? We
dude.
just stand. We just fucking stand
like,
for hours,
like,
bro.
bro, why are we doing this outside? It's like I'm not going to my house. You want to go to yours? I'm not going to my
And
fucking
then
house,
the parkour days where
dude.
parkour was on all the rage.
Dude, people. So I work for a place that requires a lot of roofing and like climbing
Sure.
roofs and everything else. And I don't fuck with it. I'm like, I'm not climbing that ladder. I'm not going up there, no harness. I'm in the warehouse. Like I'll go help you out, but I'm not going up there. And then I think about it. I'm like, dude, I jumped off of like the side of Catholic fucking Catholic Central High. I'm like, and just hope that like the gymnastics mat out there would break my fall.
I don't know if my knees have the elasticity anymore.
Yeah. And now I'm like, I'm not, dude, that's over 12 feet. I'm not going up there. What if I fall?
Dude, I'll carry fucking
Um,
groceries in and fucking feel like I'm having a heart attack for the next day. I'm like, is my arm hurting or is it
yeah,
just
like
what's going on?
I
And like,
stepped
dude,
over
I'm
my
not the most physically fit person. Like I see you like sometimes like you were posting those fucking in your fucking basement with your
yeah,
son hitting the fucking ropes, bro. And
yeah.
I'm like, damn, bro. The most I lift was like in the summertime. One of our ACs broke down, and I would like bring it downstairs when we were in the living room, and then bring it back
Mhm.
upstairs. You know, that was my workout for a little bit, bro. The
Dude,
dad home shit, the being a fucking dad at home lately. That's no excuse, bro. I can't say that shit because there's people that go to the gym and be like, fucking 24 hours in a day, bro. You got 13 hours left.
I do that to my friends, and then I don't go to the gym. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you guys
Yeah.
are just making fucking excuses, and I'm like streaming Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, facts, dude.
I'm not going either.
Like I'll do calisthenics and shit if I really have like, dude, I don't know. I just sometimes I'm fucking too depressed to work out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like, why the fuck do I care right now? But I get why the adults said that when we were younger, bro. They're gonna be like, it gets harder when you get older. I'm like, what do you
Yeah, I
mean?
know.
The
You
fuck
guys
do you
don't know
mean?
shit.
You fucking losers.
You guys don't know anything. I'll always be able to ollie a snowbank. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Now I'm like
Dude,
stepping over my dog and hoping I don't tear an ACL.
skateboarding. That's fucking crazy. You know what's funny too? Because I still emulate all skateboarding. Like I'm like wearing like a diamond shirt right now. Like I
Yeah.
still emulate like all skateboarding. I just don't fucking skate. Like I
Yep.
got my daughter a skateboard. She got like a
Yep.
7.5, so it's like just for she's 11. And I got on there, do a couple flips, you know what I'm saying? Kick a couple fucking grip tapes, but I'm not your average fucking Ryan Sheckler, okay? I'm just still old me. The best I could do in my days of skating was like nollie shove-its, a kick
Yep.
flip, the occasional heel flip. You know what I mean? Shit like that. That's
Dude, I
about it.
like, yeah, that's literally like I only did the basics. I remember
Same.
accidentally I was with Drew and we were doing like the caddy high three, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? And I'm like, I just can't do it. All right. I'm trying to hit it. And he goes, no, you're hitting like an inward heel, but you're not landing. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means, Drew. Is that good? He's like, dude, I can't explain it. Just keep doing what you're doing and hope you land it. And I
Right.
never fucking could, but I don't know.
Dude,
It's like
skateboarding.
I don't. Do I think about it now, and I'm like, I don't even know how I was doing any of that
It
nonsense.
was just the fucking time, bro. I remember like going to Zoomies, right? And like him buying like wax for like the curbs and shit.
Yeah,
And it would be like he was really fucking diehard. And I'm surprised he didn't turn out just pro skater. Like
yeah,
at the end of the day, I felt like somebody like him would have just ended up on like a fucking team, like by the time they
yeah.
were, whatever. But yeah, dude, just waxing fucking curbs and all that shit. I'm like
I
delinquent days,
remember
man.
he had like his whole he had like that really nice bench that
Yeah.
he
Oh
had,
yeah, he
and he
did.
fucking left it at the park because
Oh shit.
they were snowboarding there. They were hitting the hill, and I guess he just never picked it up, and that shit went missing.
Yeah,
And
his
I was
dad
like,
was fucking mad generous with that shit. He would definitely
yeah,
buy him like all the shit he wanted. He fed his craft, like his
yeah,
passion.
yeah, he was really good about that shit.
Yo, I remember one time I fucking pissed his dad off. I came off wrong to him, and as a kid, you don't realize that shit that you're coming off
Yeah.
wrong to somebody. Like, Craigslist just came out.
Mm.
He said Craigslist just came out. It was hot on the scene. Fucking brand spanking new Craigslist. A matter of fact, before I even go into that, bro, this one involves you. This one involves you, sir. Dude, fucking remember Craigslist came out, and you had already sold things on Craigslist. Like you were already a fucking expert on it. And I was like, no, shit. Like you can make people buy your shit on .com, right? On the fucking internet. Like,
Yeah.
let's do that. This isn't eBay, right? Like, cause we all knew as kids, like eBay means you gotta go wrap shit in fucking boxes
Yep.
and hope to fucking God it gets to where it's going. But Craigslist, this was this new hip and jive thing, okay? And this kid had me sell my PSP on Craigslist. And I was nervous because I was like, I've never done this. So you and your mom came
Yeah.
to
Yep.
sell it for me. And I think I gave you like $10 or something like that. I was like, I appreciate that, bro. And then as soon
Yep.
as I got that win that you could do that shit, I immediately passed it on to a friend. And I went to fucking Drew and I was like, that skate rail in there that you haven't been using, you could sell that shit on Craigslist. And his dad heard that and he's like, you won't be selling no fucking shit that I bought. I'm like, as an adult, I'm like, yo, if this other little fucking kid was coming in here saying
Yeah.
like, sell your shit to my son like a crackhead, I'd be upset too. But at
Yep.
the time, I'm like, what's the problem, old man?
Yeah, like I'm trying to get your son some money. What's your deal?
You don't want him to have money? What's wrong?
You want him to live here forever with you, huh?
Yeah, he didn't, but you didn't buy it. So what's your problem? That's his.
Dude, but like now, because of fucking like Gary Vaynerchuk and all these social media fucking garage sailers, that shit's so
Yo,
normal.
I was gonna say
Like-
Gary V, right? Is that who he is or
Yeah,
whatever? He's like,
yeah,
you need to stop putting 100. Yeah, that dude. Yeah.
yeah, dude. Like you've
Oh
got
my
all these
God.
old shoes in your closet, and it's like, dude, I'm not selling those. They're gonna be like $40, Gary. Get over. I'm just gonna go work a shift.
if you're not gonna fucking sell them back later? You need to make a risk. You need to take a risk to make the money.
I'll just go work a shift, dude. I'm not.
Yeah, he's the
selling
type
my
that goes up to
shoes.
like the guy who fucking is like down on his luck. His company liquidated, right?
Yeah.
His wife is fucking bound to leave him. His kids are all getting older. They don't give a fuck, right? So he's in his driveway, this guy, and he has a box full of his fucking like prize memorabilia he collected during his bitch
Yep.
wife running down his neck for years. but he has to sell that shit, bro, or he's gonna fucking starve. So he's out in his driveway, and then you get guys like him walking up saying, "I'll give you
Yep.
25 cents for a full box."
Yeah.
And this fucking poor guy doesn't even like, and he doesn't even realize who's about to start fucking arguing with him.
Yeah. Like, dude, I'm not selling my grandfather's World War II fucking pants because you think you can go flip them. Get away from me.
I'll come back later. I'll come back later, and I guarantee they're not sold. You should take this deal now. I guarantee it.
Yeah, sir, I'm not trying to sell them. I know they're not going to be sold because I want to keep them.
Whole garage sale, put it in a box. I'll give you a general price on it all.
And it's always like, yeah, and then he'll go and post a video like, I bought this for $30. I'm going to sell it for $75. It's somebody I see that he's like, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like, just
you're
buy it from
asshole.
me, dude. Why are you flipping my flip?
Why are you flipping my flip? That's like Plato's fucking closet, bro. Like Plato's closet, bro. And then you see those videos of people getting like kicked out for like overbuying there, and they're like, well, we're trying to provide the best experience for other, you know, Plato's shoppers. I'm like, brother, you're worse than the fucking like Salvation Army. Like someone donated their grandma's curling iron and you priced it for like $45. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, dude, that's for people who need it.
For real, the Salvation Army. Did you see the like thrift stores were affected by like inflation? How are thrift stores affected by inflation? It's fucking free.
Like, that's the problem. Like, they shouldn't be, but fucking the internet got
all profit. It's all fucking profit.
Literally,
the internet did that, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, yeah, I guess part of the internet. It's always been that, and then it just blew up because, you know,
I did that on eBay for a bit. I like would go in and like fucking, you know, go through the shirt rack and look for all the Patagonia and shit, and then list it all on eBay and just relist it all and fucking.
Unfortunately, it works.
Yeah, it does, dude. I've sold what, maybe like fucking 70 like rethrifted items on eBay over like the past 2 years. It was like a, you know, quick little passive income thing, but I've never had anybody bitch or moan or say like this thing had bed bugs or anything fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, exactly. I know somebody who literally like is buying their house flipping clothes. Like
that's crazy, bro. That's the dream.
Self-employed, like I'm not mad at that. Like,
yeah, that's like the streamer I watch. I've been watching for a while, Bobby Poff Gaming. I don't know if you know about him, but he streams like Call of Duty. I've been watching him since like he was playing Blackout, the original COD Battle Royale.
Damn. Yeah.
And dude, he's fucking hilarious. But he blew up, and I watched him from the beginning, and he bought a house with, you know, his streaming money. And
yeah, dude.
It's insane. It's insane. You know, just to see people do that off of self-employment like that.
Yeah, no, that's fucking huge. Like, people like that, I'll never argue with that. Like,
no,
I mean, you're not doing it to be a dick. Like, that's something you're passionate about. You're trying to flip those clothes. Like, I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But like, if you're standing next to some guy and he definitely looks like he needs the money or he's down on his shit and he needs those clothes, and you're like, I'm actually going to take this and I'm going to go to eBay with it. Then you're
the world's a fucking greedy place though. Like, I mean, we live in a capitalist fucking hell. You know, it's I'm not like disestablishmentarianism or anything like that, but I'm just like, you know, I don't want to get political either, because I know this isn't about that, but it's one of those things where we are watching before our eyes the curtain fall. You know what I mean? It sounds cliche. You know, it's crazy when the freaking frogs ended up gay, like Alex Jones said. You know, it's
high school's about to come out of both of us now.
Yo, dude,
the man.
That's dude. Listen, and you know what's really quick I want to touch on too with that high school shit, like, you were friends with everybody. Chris Pickett was friends with like all the black people, like, and not like, like my wife's black, my kids are mixed, but Chris Pickett, all of his friends primarily were black, all of them. So you know he's fucking safe to be around. Okay,
dude. Literally, people like think I'm joking about. I'm like, dude, if you went into my backyard, like, you would find me and like 2 other white kids, and the rest of that shit is not white.
Well, people like to think that's a cliche statement, like all my friends are black. Like, yeah, likely story, you racist. Like,
no, dude,
like,
all my friends...
I'm dead serious. Like, I'm dead fucking serious. If you could check this Call of Duty clan tag bio on Xbox 360, and my name is in there under Team Rocket. Okay, come on,
dude. It was like that. Like, even when I lived in Cohoes, like, Dangerously Average Dudes, Ray, he's black. That's one of the Cohoes ones. What the Cohoes ones? That's
one of them Cohoes ones is on my podcast, and I mean, he's one of the good ones. And,
but like, legitimately, like, I don't know. It's obviously we went to public fucking school, inner city,
Yeah,
so it's just who you get. It was
yeah.
all like stoners and kids who skated, and then black kids. Like that's
And we
all
were
I was
just
around.
obsessed
We
with,
were
even
just
in high school, man, we were obsessed with comedy, bro.
yeah,
Everything was a fucking joke. And like the teachers would cry and I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
dude.
I'm sorry to y'all, but like I'm funny and I'm not gonna stop. I'm on a roll. Motherfuckers are laughing. I got this kid crying. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, that's literally why it was easy to get along with everybody. Because if you're
Yeah.
funny, like everybody's gonna like. If you're just obnoxious, nobody's gonna like you. But if you're
That's all I
funny and
had
obnoxious,
going for me too,
it's
man.
like
Because you said you were new in that neighborhood, and so was I. Like that
yeah,
summer in '08, I moved in. We moved upstairs. I had long fucking hair, bro, like down to
yeah,
here. Now I'm fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin in this bitch.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Not me,
saying?
dude. I'm still
Dude, I just committed. My hair started receding, so when I would do the hair flip, my shit
yeah,
would be like fucking whoop.
yeah.
But yeah, you got to let it go at one point. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, fucking in that neighborhood, that's speaking of comedy, like that's all I fucking had. Like I was the new kid. The first night I was there was like Danny, like his girlfriend, like everybody, bro. Just like
Yeah,
they used to have like 13 kids on their porch. It was
dude.
like DGK, like Dirty Ghetto Kids. And fucking dude, I would just stood in front of them like a stage, like they're all in rows, like fucking
Yeah,
pillars or fucking pews is what it's called. Just standing there, bro. And I'm like, stand up comedy and on the sidewalk. It's like fucking 9 o'clock at night. It's like, all right, we all got to go inside. I'm like, they laughed the whole time. I was like, I'm their
yeah.
friend now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's
That's
how it worked.
literally so. Before I moved to Troy, I lived in Cohoes, but I knew people from Troy, and not in a good way. Like didn't get along with them,
Right.
and I thought we were good because I thought it was all past us. And I walk in, and two of them were in like my first period class. I was like, I just did like the, just the
Mhm.
lift your head, you're good. And they just started laughing, and I was like, fuck, every beef I had is still going, I guess. So I
Yeah.
was like, dude, the only way out of this is I got to be funny or I got to fight every person in this school, and I don't know any of them. So I better
Yeah.
start making motherfuckers laugh.
Yeah.
And that's literally all it was.
Yeah. I went through it in that school too. Like the thing is, I had a close new like a close net group of friends that were I don't want to like get into like what is considered popular and shit like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
like label wise, but like no, like I mean I was pretty close to a lot of the people that were, I guess you would say, more known or more popular. But at the same exact time, like those people had like a flip coin to them, like all of them, like all of them, like all the people
dude.
from that time. And I went through a lot of fucking crazy shit in that time. Like down from like I guess you and like in the future you could call it bullying, but at the time it's more like just beef, really, because we're living in the
Right.
fucking inner city, and it was like, you know, uh, I've gotten in a lot of fucking fights in the Berg down there, and then I have a very notorious one in high school. And then just yeah, it was fucking it was hell for me, bro. At the end of the day, like I was just talking to my daughter about this, bro. Like she's getting her yearbook. She's 11. She seems
Yeah.
like she's fucking like 16 though. She's growing way too quick,
Yeah.
and she's getting her yearbook and she's like nervous about like a picture or something like that. And I'm like, let me tell you something. I missed senior pictures, and then our principal called everybody who missed senior pictures down to the fucking office, Mr. McCree, and like Dave Carmine, me. Think of all the people
Yep.
who would miss their
Yeah.
senior picture. Like we were all
Yep.
in there, right?
Yeah.
And he puts his fucking blazer on each of us and
Oh
just
my
comes up with a
god.
fucking digital camera like in your face,
Uh,
bro. And he took us right after gym. So it was like I had long hair, like I said, my shit was like all
yeah.
fucking sweated down. And dude, I had never seen Lord of the Rings at the time. I get it, uncultured swine. But he was like, he walked up to me, he was like, "You look like Schmeagol." And he never showed me the photo. Like he never fucking showed me the photo. He just said that shit. And I was like in my head, I was like, "Oh, Smeagol. I don't know what the fuck that is."
Yeah.
And I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan in this time period of my life, so it's just funny looking back. But I'm like, he said that shit, and then so when we walk across stage, they put their fucking pictures up above you on the thing.
Yeah.
I never seen my shit, bro, and I'm thinking it was that fucking picture. And if somebody has a yearbook from fucking Berg, and my picture can be seen, bro, I'm sure
Dude.
it's fucking crazy. I don't know what
Dude.
it looks like.
So like because I was such a dickhead student, like I didn't even get any of that senior shit. I like first of all, I
Right.
wasn't supposed to graduate until 2012, and then they gave me the option to do like online shit and get out of 2011. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. But then I didn't realize that would take me like out of, being a senior. Like you don't get the senior picture, you don't get the senior quote, you don't get any of that shit. So I did none of that. Graduated in the summer with like four other people who were all like, I think one was like me, who was just like a dickhead, and the others were just I don't know what they were, but I was like, damn, this is what I should just stayed the extra year.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
No, I
you
feel that. I
guys
feel that.
stripped me of everything.
Just took it all away
They're
from
like,
me.
yeah, dude, you just got to get out of here. You've been fucking causing a mess.
Yeah, we were class of 2011, and it was a very hyper specific year of like I was very so like my problem is like in high school I was really 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 like autistically into metalcore and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
and like bro I was so like gatekeepy. I
yeah,
was very like toxic and shit. Like I know who I used to be, and that's one thing about me as I've grown is like my wife met this like the later stages of that part of me. Like I've always had a huge fucking ego, and I've always been very toxic growing up. But it was because like every environment I was in, everyone was like that. Like everyone
yeah.
was like just toxically egotistical, and I just had to like, or I
Like
was gonna fall behind. You
if
know?
you bringing that up, I got to bring up so Tyler the Creator, Odd Future.
Oh fuck, bro.
You were like,
Dude, I'm gonna use the word. I was really autistic for that shit.
I was like, oh, you gotta listen to me. Like Eminem already did every single. He already did the Alias thing. Like I'm not doing this. And then you got into him, and you were like, dude, I love Odd Future. And I was like, you know
Yeah.
what, Mark? Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. I will take credit for that shit, or I will take responsibility for that. I actually really did fucking hate Tyler the Creator
I know you
originally.
did.
And it was because you know what it was, dude? It was like such like back then the world was so divisive that it was like anti-bandwagon. So it was like
Yeah,
you were either bandwagon or you weren't. So I was against it, right, bro? And then yeah, I opened the fuck up to that shit, bro. And it became a huge part of my life. Like I
yep,
will say that like it influenced a lot of fucking early on me. Like, and to be honest with you, bro, the whole Tyler the Creator phase, like the Odd Future phase that I went through, it feels like it pulled a personality disorder out of me at the time. Like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
like fucking schizophrenia or anything like that, but I just mean at the time, bro, like I had this separation of like ego and like yeah, very like Tyler, very Eminem-ish. And it's you know what it was, dude. You bringing that up, it's like me being so fucking obsessed with Eminem, I felt so offended with the shock value artist coming into play.
Yep.
You know, I was like, it's like, whoa, over old man. It was one of those moments. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm still kind of like that in a way with like movies and TV. Like if
yeah,
a show's like really hot or a movie's really, I'm like, I'm not fucking watching that. And then in like 3 months when everybody's not talking about it, I'll secretly
it's
like
like Squid Games.
throw it
Yeah, it was
on.
like one of
Yeah,
those kind of
I'm
situations.
like I'll secretly throw it on and then start talking about it with people, and they're like, dude, we're on to the next thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, fuck you
Be
guys.
like, what do you mean? You mean the Mandalorian's not cool right now? It's like
Like, dude, I'm always bad with that.
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. But yeah, dude, just to touch back on like yeah, like the growth of personality. I had like a lot of loss when it comes to like friends. I
Yeah.
went through a really bad like different like I don't want to say like love triangles and shit like that, and just like fucking just toxicity was so deep in my fucking veins at the time. Like the time you're talking about too, like I was like sad boy exclusive, bro. Like I was so in my fucking feelings, like and I felt really hard. You know what I mean? It was like I look back on that person. I'm like, I was so fucking inflicted that like I was jaded. I was, a lot of things, bro. And it burnt a lot of bridges in my life. But um it took, I had kids. Like I said, I've had kids. My wife gave me all like the confidence I ever could have needed. It's super cliche and like touchy and shit. And I know like, we're real fucking toxic men here, but I have to say it, bro. My wife like really pulled me out of a really fucking dark place when I met her, and super grateful for it. You know what I mean? It changed the wirings of my brain. Like I felt like I started becoming more and more of a decent person. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I mean, even like going back to that, like even you and I had a period where we didn't really talk after,
Yeah.
that whole thing happened.
Just
Not
cringy
even,
shit, bro.
yeah, just stupid shit.
Yeah. And that's the way like I explained that to my wife, bro, the other day. I was like, I was talking because I was like, yeah, we're going on the pod soon. I'm like, me and this kid go back to a time where we re-became friends again. So like in that
Yeah.
Taylor era, um, I fucking loved you guys. Like not Jake because he was your friend, but I fucking loved you and Drew, bro. Like so fucking much. Like to
Yeah.
hang out with you guys at that time period, I was like, dude, I want this like every fucking day. There's another person that I'm not gonna throw their name. I ain't ever gonna fucking talk about that shit. That's some cringy shit. It's part of that group too. But
Yeah.
yeah, fuck that shit. But either way, I don't know. You guys were just like my fucking like best friends at the time. And you know what? I was trying to like search for like void fills, you know what I mean? Because I was going through shit with like girls at the time. And then you see your old friend and you're like, bro, what the fuck you been up to? And then you guys are like fucking homies and shit. It's like, are you
Yeah.
treating your old friends as a fucking rebound for your girlfriends and
Yeah,
shit? Like, you know what I
right.
mean? What the fuck's going on? Are you phoning them fucking gays or what's going on
Yeah.
here?
Hey, you in the closet or something?
Hey, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Hey,
Fucking
get
flags or
out of
something.
here.
He likes flags.
But no, I mean, it was never the thing with us though. At least it was never like nothing really blew up.
No,
It was
yeah,
just like
nothing,
we
no
kind of just went
hatred
separate
ever or
ways, and
animosity or
now we're.
anything.
It's probably better. I mean, me and Jake, like you keep bringing him up. I mean, me and him. I knew him since the seventh grade,
Yeah,
and he was like best man at my wedding and everything. And even me and him, I didn't talk to him for like 2 years. I just
sure.
started talking to him again. I was like, and it wasn't anything. We didn't blow up or anything. We just
No.
stopped talking one day, and then I recently reached out and I was like, "Yo, I stopped talking to you. I apologize." You don't have to apologize. I'm like, "Oh, all right, so we're good." Like
So we're
I
just picking
forgot that.
that's men, bro.
I was
That's
just about to
men.
say I forgot that we're dudes and we could just do that.
Yeah. It's
Like,
like,
we
hey,
don't
what's
have to
up,
have
guy?
lunch.
Right. Yeah.
But like, so going into now, so what did you just like see TikTok quarantine happen and you were like, I can make something here? Because I know you always
TikTok.
like making content.
Yeah.
Like you and I both always
Yeah.
had that. So
Yeah,
how'd it
so
happen with TikTok?
it was like initially, bro, I was like every millennial. I was very like anti, just like you said with the Tyler the Creator shit. Like I was really anti the fucking TikTok. And my wife, she's only like a couple years younger than me. And she's like always on TikTok. She's like on TikTok all the fucking time. And like she'd try to show me TikToks. I'm like, that shit's cringy. No, you're good, bro. Obviously, you can edit whatever you got to do.
No, you can keep talking. I'm just you're good. You're good.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just gonna be muted because
yeah. No problem, no problem. Um, but yeah, man. So it was like my wife was really on TikTok, and she would show me TikToks, and she'd be like, "This is, look at this. This is like a trend that's going on." And I'm like, "This is cringy as fuck." I'm like, "I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this." And I would just say that because we all thought TikTok was like fucking bump and groove shit. Like we didn't really know
exactly.
what it was, and then I start vicariously like watching her TikToks on her phone, and then eventually I'm like, I got the app on my phone. It's like a fucking disease, bro. Like it
Dude.
just takes you over. And yeah, initially what happened was I wasn't even creating these like Hank Hill AI. Like I wasn't doing any of that shit. I was posting like a lot of memes, just like weird videos that were out of context that I would make and shit, like of like
Yep.
me and my buddy. Like I have this kid has been my best friend since like after me and you stopped talking all the way up till now. It's like my literal like best friend is Richard. He's on Facebook. You probably don't know him, but yeah, me and him used to make little TikTok skits and shit like that. But it got real for me one day when I explained like a fucking paranormal experience that happened to me, and it did decent. Like I seen 2,000 likes. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this is like the most likes I've ever gotten on any platform.
Yeah.
And then I was already streaming like on Facebook gaming at the time. That was where I first like touched my toes into the like I was like, I want to be a gaming streamer. I game so fucking much that I just might as well stream. And so I started doing that in like 2018. When we moved to Mechanicville, I started streaming on Facebook gaming, and I wasn't doing very well. Like I had a small community, but I wasn't getting the reach I wanted. So on TikTok, as far as going viral, yeah, in quarantine, I ended up like this dude, what's his name? Fucking Sir Skeet. He makes King of the Hill raps. Like he raps with Hank Hill's voice. He's the actual Hank Trill. If
Yep.
you've ever heard Hank Trill, he's
Yep.
like, propane money, keep it in a safe.
Yep.
That's Sir Skeet. We're actually friends on TikTok. So what happened was I did a video edit. So I took his sound. So this isn't like taking content. This is TikTok taking sound. So I used
Right.
his actual sound on the app, and I made like a cool ass fucking like video edit of like King of the Hill shit to his music, and he loved that shit, and it blew up. So I was like, and I kind of like morphed the content, as I've always been a King of the Hill content creator.
Yep. Yep.
I go ahead, and I'm like, let me just kind of do what he's doing. Like I rap too. It's another thing, whole nother story, Got a whole bunch of shit. Like I've made a lot of music over the years, but I was like, let me take I was like, how can I can't do Hank Hill's voice like him. That's his fucking thing. I
Yeah.
was like, that's his thing. How can I do this? And AI voices were brand new. They're huge now. They're on TikTok. They're all over. But in quarantine, AI voices were really new. And it was like this site called Fake You.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I go on there. I take the Hank Hill voice. I mean, this is actually the first time I've ever explained how I do these videos to anybody. But I go to the Fake You website, go to Hank Hill's voice. It's made by this guy named Hell Inspector. And I just type it in. And dude, 9 times out of 10, it sounds like shit. Like it don't even sound like what you typed in. So you got to really fucking work on it and like, you know, put in like different like letters and keystrokes to make it sound like what you want them to say. And then you can just match it up to the beat. And like some of them sound really fucking good. Like they sound like a real ass rap. And I write them on the spot, bro. It's all freestyles that I
Yeah.
just make him say. Whatever. I did one of those. I took a gif of him in a green screen. I dressed him up in like cliche hood clothes. Like I was like, let me get these Trill Nation fucking ripped pants and a Supreme hoodie
Yep.
and let
Yep.
him rap, bro. And it just people love that shit. And I was like, yep, that's my niche. I actually had COVID when I first did one of my first videos of
No
that.
shit.
And it went viral. And dude, I just pedaled to the metal that shit. And not to have a runoff sentence, but the way the story goes at the end of that is just I got tired of the shit, bro. Like I hated doing it after a while. Like the videos became exhausting to make. So
Yeah.
I stopped doing it and I was like, let me just start posting my gaming content on TikTok because I can go live now. And I got a stream key through TikTok and I stream. That's kind of how it went from there, you know? And you know, I love it, dude. I feel like a lot of people have hate for TikTok, but it's because they have no idea how it works. And if they watched it enough, they'd be like, oh, this is a like a better platform.
Yeah. Well, I was the same with you in the sense that I was like, these are just kids dancing. Like I don't this
Yeah.
app. It's not like Vine where it was like 6 second jokes and like they were really funny. But then you're like, no, there's actually a lot of that on there. It's all about algorithm, and the more
Yeah.
you go on the app, you're gonna get things catered to you. And then I was like, okay, well, I don't have one personally, and then the podcast happened, so I was like, I'll just use it for that. And then I started putting up like Madden clips and same thing, gaming
Right.
clips. I haven't had anything blow up, but like the same situation in regard to like it was all just content that I wanted to put up there. So
Yeah, like look at
I'm
your
doing that
chewing
now.
on the rag or
Yeah,
chewing the rag. I'm gonna say
yeah,
your TikTok. You just posted your first one and like it got some decent algorithm for like
yeah,
like a first TikTok. I actually said that the other day. I was talking to my wife again. You know, it's my fucking my main confidant.
yeah,
But yeah, I was just telling her I was like, dude, he posted his first clip the other day and it like I was like it did good. I'm like I could see him doing this a lot on that channel and people picking that shit up. Like you
yeah,
know, so
yeah. No,
I always
exactly.
say post
Especially,
that video. Post that fucking video. That's my only advice. No matter what the fucking video is, whatever you're doing, when it comes to TikTok, post that fucking video, watch trends and recreate under your own,
yep.
just paraphrase into your own little niche and there you go.
So like because I realized I was like, oh, he's streaming right now. So I was looking into it, and I realized like what you actually have to get before you can stream. How did that feel
Sure.
to just be able to hit that stream there? Because I mean, you need a decent
Yeah, for
following
like
and whatnot.
TikTok, yeah, you have to get that 1,000 followers to go
Yeah,
live initially. And then if you want to stream, so that's like just with your camera, but if you want access to like a stream key where you're like streaming
yeah,
straight from your device so that it looks, crystal clear. Um, Really quick, I'll say when I first started Facebook gaming, I had no fucking clue how to stream, and I had my Xbox One and I was playing COD. And I was like, how am I going to get this on my computer? I didn't even
yeah,
have this PC. I had like a fucking way worse computer. And I was like, what the fuck do I do? And I had to get like a capture card and I got all this Amazon orders coming in. So I started off buying like really fucking cheap Amazon like keyboards and fucking capture cards and just really stupid shit. And then when I got on TikTok and I realized like, oh, you got to get that 1,000 followers, I had already gotten this computer. So in that time, I was like, all right, let me go live. I contacted this agency at the time. I don't know if it's different now, but this agency called Carter Pulse
okay,
on Twitter. You just message them once you have 1,000 followers, and you're like, I need a stream key for TikTok, and they're like, basically, they take you under their wing as an agency. So I was sponsored by Carter Pulse the first year. My contract with them just ran out, but I still have my stream key, so I can like
uh,
I could still like stream the way you're talking about. So yeah,
yeah,
dude, I don't know. The one thing I'll say about TikTok streaming is like there's a lot there could be a lot of toxicity when it comes to like comments and shit like that.
yeah,
But one thing I can always say, bro, is like go on your fucking like censored word filter and put in like everything, bro. Like I sat in bed one night and I was just like, come shit, you're bad, you're
yeah,
trash, your aim is ass, you're
yeah.
a fucking bit. Like I typed in anything I would think to like mean, like say in a mean way or
Right.
come
Like
off
if
like
I'm
negatively to
trolling a
somebody.
streamer,
Right.
what am
So
I gonna say?
yeah, exactly, bro. I just thought of all that shit. I was like, fucking bitch, you suck. Why is your aim like that? And I went for like hours typing shit like that. And you know what? My chats are pretty fucking positive now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're not.
That's
I
the only
popped
words
into a
left.
couple.
No,
Yeah, exactly. It's only compliments.
right.
Everything else, can't
It just
even
gets
say the
mixed in
word
the
no.
mix,
Just
right?
nothing.
And I even like, dude, I even banned like the letter L because people were like L
Because
in chat, L L L. Yeah, I
yeah,
banned L. I banned everything, bro. Like everything. I'm like, you change the narrative. You know what I mean?
yeah. So I was right now. I stream pretty exclusively. I don't even use Twitch because I don't like their
Sure.
algorithm at all.
Mm-mm.
I do everything through YouTube, and it's pretty decent. Like I've gotten like random challengers and everything. I feel like they're
Yeah.
pretty good. Like Twitch, even with tags and everything, it was like you're really only getting the people that are clicking your link. I feel like YouTube's algorithm's been pretty good. So I'm hoping all of that will translate and then I'll be able to bring it over to different platforms.
Yeah, YouTube algorithm, you're spot on with it. It's when I got really so right before TikTok live for me, I left Facebook gaming like really fucking jaded because I put like a lot into that. I put like it was,
Yeah.
my bread and butter. It was initially Das Kush Gaming. Because that was my other gamer tag, Das Kush, before
Yep.
Setto has always been my thing, and you know that. But it's just alias, whatever. And because I had like Setto apparel back when we were younger.
Yep.
But Das Kush was my gamer tag, so I had Das Kush Gaming on Facebook, and I thought I was shadow banned because of the marijuana reference, like Das Kush. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna have to rebrand, and I changed to Setto. Still the same kind of shadow banning on Facebook. So I go to YouTube, as you said, and you can go back. I still have some streams on my YouTube from not too long ago, and I did same thing you said, dude. I got like another 100 followers within a week. People were
Yeah.
watching my Warzone streams. They were talking to me. People were like, "Are you gonna be live tonight? You're late." Like I actually had people
Yeah.
upset
Yeah.
that I was late. Like that felt fucking good to me. But just TikTok tickled me better. But YouTube is definitely you're spot on with that with the algorithm for YouTube.
Yeah. It's just like I mean, you think about YouTube's been around for ages now. You think about your main source of watching videos before TikTok was YouTube. And
Yeah,
there's still like people who live and die by YouTube. So
sure.
I just think that that's if you can't get on TikTok, start there, and that's probably your best bet. It seems
Yo,
like at least.
really quick off the
What's up, guys? We're going to take a quick break from the episode so that we can discuss Serenity Landscaping Services. Guys, it is the end of February. March is approaching, which means spring and summer is right around the corner. My lawn looks like garbage. I know your lawn probably looks like garbage. Snow is melting. Your leaves are all barren. Your grass is brown. My apologies. Your grass is brown. Look, give a call to Serenity Landscaping Services at 518 331 0774. They are currently booking for spring cleaning, spring work in general, summer work, your warmer months. Let them do the hard part for you. That's 518 331 0774 and let them know that Chris from Chewin the Rag sent you. Also, while you are here, please be sure to like, subscribe, follow. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook. Our podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, all your major streaming platforms. All your major streaming platforms. Please be sure to subscribe, rate for sure, comment on anything that allows you to comment. It helps the algorithm. And also be sure to check out Pinchworm Gaming on YouTube. And Dangerously Average Dudes also available on all streaming platforms. That is my other podcast with myself and Ray Hughes. Now back to the show.
Not to brag because people use free softwares all the time and you use
Yeah.
what you can use, but that's what everybody who edits like any kind of videos or anything like that, they use Adobe Premiere. And I'm fucking proficient in it, so I do like really cool videos. Sometimes my videos are like lazy looking because I'm fucking just lazy, but
Yeah.
I love editing, bro. So like when you were just talking about like, oh, I'll just do that take again, I'm like, bro, you should see like the folder on my computer. I'm just like take after take after take. It'll be me being like, this is how you're gonna find the bunker. Fuck, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like it'll be some shit like that. Like, or I'll be like titties, 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 vagina, vagina. Like testing my mic and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Just
Dude,
fucking the weirdest shit.
when I was like messaging earlier, I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna get this little intro done." Like, it took me so long to even do it, and I was like, "I'm probably gonna re-record that anyway."
Just over and over again. Fuck it.
Like until I find because it's like an ad read for Serenity, who's my biological dad's company actually. So I do
Sure.
an ad read for him and stuff like that. So just a little inside baseball there, I guess. Talking
So
shit
let me
nobody
ask
cares
you a
about.
question.
What's up?
So as far as like life in general, what do you how do you feel about life right now? Like, how do you feel about, being a dad and, where you are at
Yeah,
this moment in your life?
I feel good. It's weird, you go
Yeah.
from because there's really no blueprint as much as like that you want to talk cliches. Like everybody's like, yeah, you'll figure it out, and you're like, I guess, yeah, but you literally just figure it out. Like
Yeah.
I was bounced in between jobs, and then pandemic set me back with jobs. But I've been at this same place for a few years, and then so we're like at a place now where we're steady, I'm steady, she's steady, he's happy. So like we're finally where we belong at this point. So
Yeah.
like I feel good. If you asked me
That,
that a couple of years ago, I'd be like, I feel panicked.
yeah. Yeah. No, dude. I have to say, like you said, there's no blueprint, and I feel very disconnected with my life prior to like my wife and my kids.
Yeah,
I've been with my wife almost. I met her in 2014. We've been together 9 years, and our marriage. We've been married since 2016. So like,
yeah,
it just everything before feels like it doesn't exist, and I feel the pain from it and shit. And dude, I will say, like you said, you felt panicked about 2 years ago. Um, I suffered my whole life, bro, with like a fucking crazy anxiety and panic disorder. Like that's been like my life for so long. I think it comes with like the whole ADHD-ness. I don't know if you noticed, but I still feel like I have the same fucking like mental energy as I did back in the
yeah,
day.
yeah,
And um I think it just contributes to like all of that shit, bro. Like I used to just go through so many panic attacks and fucking anxiety and shit, and just I feel like fucking Hank Schrader from Breaking Bad after fucking he has
yeah,
that run
dude.
and he's like, oh, getting onto a fucking elevator, like, oh fuck, like that was me every day, bro. Just fucking terrible anxiety, bro. So that's I guess the reason I bring that up is because like when I asked you how life is, for me, like on the other hand, that has been my biggest fucking problem for like years, was just like panic attacks, anxiety. And I got really wrapped into like fucking just I would drink a lot. It was like the beers, bro, because it was like the thing, very I'm like post frat kid, and I never even went to fucking college. Like
Right.
that's how I was like my whole life, and like my whole adult life rather. And yeah, dude, just fucking drinking and just being, unhappy all the fucking time. And like I was really into like just like the depressing shit, the cliche. Like I was like fucking into like Lil Peep and like just all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like sad shit, bro. And I clawed my way the fuck up out of that shit. And like if you ask me today, like you just said, if you were to ask me today, I'm so much fucking more happier than I've ever been. You know what I mean? Like I'm in
Yeah.
a really, really fucking good place right now. So yeah, dude, I'm glad to hear that for you as well.
Yeah. No, it's been good. Like literally I was never in a space where like, I never really just I was lucky enough where my brain just was wired to the point where I never really overthought or panicked or anything else.
Right.
But people could tell. Like they
Sure.
look at me, they're like, what are you depressed? And it's like, I don't think so.
Like I
But
don't
maybe
realize
I
it.
don't no, I don't think so. But
Some people
and
don't
then I
realize it.
think, yeah, and then like you think now like how I feel and having like steady income and compared to
Right.
when I was working a shitty job at 5 a.m. and then go back at 6 p.m. and trying to make ends meet. And then I'm like, oh, I guess I was in a shitty headspace back then.
Yeah.
Just you asking me now, and I'm like, yeah, I feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been through the ringer, bro. Like I've been through it all. Like when you say like you went between job and job, like bro, the joke in the very beginning before you were even recording, when I was like, I feel like I'm at a job interview,
Yeah,
and you were like, and you like made a joke, and I was like, oh, I'll walk out in the fucking spot. Like
yeah,
that's kind of like there's like some truth to that shit, bro. Because like I grew up like in these jobs, like it's going to like these retail jobs and fucking
yep,
just like having enough and just being like, well, I have ultimate control of my destiny right now, and like not caring that you're probably going to be homeless if you fucking leave this job. Like I'm leaving it anyways. Like I'm really
yeah,
fucking uncomfortable here. And um I then having kids, it gets worse. I've never been homeless. Let me start there. Let me start there. I've never gotten that low, but I've definitely like in the beginning, I got evicted from my first apartment because I just couldn't pay rent anymore. Like I had a great
yeah,
job when I went in there. I was like a manager at CVS, and for years in Berg on 112th. And then I got with the wrong crowd, and not like in a drug thing, but like in a people that just had no ambitions. You know what I
yep,
mean? And like I quit my fucking job, and then it affected me greatly. Like I didn't have the money I had when I initially took that, that apartment, trying to get the fuck out of my parents' house. And that's what you mean. There's no fucking blueprint, bro. Like I had to claw my fucking way up, bro. Had kids. I've done it all, bro. I've been fucking on, like, all types of rungs in my life. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so here I am, like, when people see me, like, oh, he is like 16,000 followers on TikTok. First of all, like, that's not even that crazy to me. But on top of that, I'm like, bro, I had to eat a whole ass like shit sandwich on my way here. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
humble enough to say that.
Exactly. Well, that's why, you got to bring up both. Like, obviously, me knowing who you were,
Right.
like, I had to ask, like, 16K. There's people out there with more, but like, for
Sure.
somebody who's wanted to make content his whole life, like, that still feels good.
Yeah.
But
Oh no,
people
dude, it
don't know.
touches me in
People
my
weren't with you through the ringer either, so they don't see that part of it.
right. No,
But
absolutely. And
nice.
yeah, it's just it's one of those fucking crazy things. I make money on TikTok here and there. There's a creator fund. You have to have like 10,000 followers
Yeah.
to get into it. And so I'm in it, and it's really view based. So like all right. So if we want to talk about like money, like what do you make on TikTok kind of thing?
Yeah.
Um I posted a video, like one of my Hank Hill videos that does like what, like say it did like 300,000 views. I probably got like $7 for that, which is cool. But then you have to like piss content out. Like you have to constantly fucking they work you like a fucking sweatshop just to get that creator fund. So at the end of the day, that's not, your money on TikTok is with live gifts. That's where you're gonna get your money. You're gonna
Yeah.
have people send you that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I've seen people send. Like I said, I've popped into your streams. You can see when
Yeah.
people you're thanking people for the gifts and everything. So, but as actually one of the because we have people sending questions and somebody was asking about like monetary. So that's actually nice that you just brought that up. I didn't even
Yeah.
ask, but so one of the questions. This isn't anybody being creative. This is just floating around the internet. So you're in an arena. I don't know if you've seen this. 50 hawks, 10 crocodiles, 3 brown bears, 15 wolves, 1 hunter with a rifle, 7 buffalo, 10,000 rats, 5 gorillas, 4 lions. That's a lot I just threw at you. 2 to defend you, the others attack you. You have 1 hour. You just got to survive 1 hour. What do you pick and why? I got my 2.
All right.
I'm
I
going to
think I got my
go.
2 right now.
All right, I'll let you go first.
So initially, I was gonna say the hunter, right? Right. I was gonna say the just because of the gun, right? You said he had a rifle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me preface by saying he's not one of my final decisions, but initially, I'm just gonna give you the thought process. I was gonna say the hunter and a gorilla, because a fucking gorilla, bro, like a fucking
Five gorillas.
oh, you can only have two.
So you get
Two
two
of the batches. So I get like
of
the
the bat.
five
There you
gorillas.
go.
Okay, got you,
There
got you,
you
got
go.
you. That's even all right. That's even easier. Fuck the hunter. My thought process was initially going to be like, oh, the hunter and a gorilla, so the gorilla can fuck people up and the hunter can
Yeah.
just fucking thirst them with a rifle, right? But then I was like, he'll run out of ammo and he'll probably die to some one of those other fucking large beasts. So I was like, all right, 2 gorillas. But then when you told me that, dude, so I would choose first of all, obviously, fucking 5 gorillas, right? And then hold up, 5 gorillas, and then what was the bigger animals you said? It was like a
There's 10 crocodiles, 3 brown bears, 15
all right, I
wolves.
already got it. Yeah, 5 gorillas and
Okay.
3 brown bears, right there.
All right. So I like where you're. So I'm going with the numbers. So
Okay,
rats, we know they're fucking vicious. They're
ten
like Steve,
thousand. You said right?
10,000 rats. And then there's only one animal here that can fly. So I'm going to go with the 50 hawks just because I don't feel like dealing with the flying aspect.
The hawks are gonna get fucking distracted by the rats.
In my world, these guys like each other. I'm hoping for this
They're gonna be
experiment.
friendly fire the whole fucking match.
Like I'm hoping when they came up with this experiment.
Okay, yeah, that'll be a rule for it. They're on the same
but,
team.
Yeah, but like 10,000 rats in alone. The hunter, I felt like, because I had the same thought process you did at first. I was like, okay, guy with a gun, he wins. And I'm like, dude, I don't think me with a gun, I'm surviving 10,000 rats. Like, I'm getting eaten alive. I've seen South Park.
10,000 fucking rats, bro. They be swarming, eating you with them big
like,
ass fucking New York teeth.
Yeah, that's another thing. Where are these rats? Are these
Are they New York rats
are
or
these
what?
Bronx rats?
Are these Timberland boots on their head rats? Like, are these the rats where people crack them with a silver spoon on their head to kill them rats? Or like, what kind of rats are we talking about?
Yeah, because I've seen other rats and they're scary, but they're not New York rats.
bro, 10,000 rats. When you put that in hindsight,
That's
I look
such
back,
a
I'm like, yeah, that's definitely the vibes. Especially if they're like fucking just like
dude.
starving. Imagine they're fucking starving,
Yeah,
bro.
they like haven't eaten. Like,
Oh, you're done, bro.
dude, it's tough. I do like five gorillas is tough to pass up
For
because
real.
dude, one gorilla is insane. You get
And one
five
of
of
them is
them.
Joe Rogan, so it's like
Yeah, that's the fifth one.
he's the
Because
Neanderthal. He's the fifth choice.
there's like they're all in a single file and they're taking turns going left, right, and then he just comes in the center of them. It's just
Right, he's the
four
alpha of
massive
the
gorillas and
gorillas.
then just him.
Dude, but I can picture like say a gorilla, right? I mean, if there's like 10,000 rats, they probably will get like you said, just fucking cartoon style, just climb up him
Yeah,
and fucking eat the shit out of him. But like if they're not, so if the rats aren't on that timing, what if the rats are like trying to like get the fuck up out of there or something? Who
yeah, they're
knows
like timid
what they're
rats.
doing? Right? Who knows? They could be like stomping fucking grapes while they're ripping other limbs of like other animals off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like fucking
Ah,
couple silverbacks there.
yeah, five gorillas is tough. Seven buffalo, it's like they're just like I mean they'll stomp you, but I'm not
The motherfuckers are grazing.
like yeah,
What are the
I'm
buffalo
not.
doing?
They're just hoping for a stampede. They're like, I'm trying to get out of
Their
here.
special move is roam.
Yeah. Just oh yeah, 10 crocodiles. Nah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, once they get one
They're
person, what else? They're useless. Their fucking
yeah,
arms are like this. They're gonna have
they're gonna
one
get a
thing in
hold
their
of one
mouth.
and roll.
Right.
Like that's they're gonna spend 15 minutes rolling around. I'm good. Like four
And then the
lions.
hawks.
Mm, I don't know. I like five gorillas against four lions, if I'm being
I
honest.
feel like lions are the type to just like do like a quick attack and then bounce away, quick
Yeah,
attack and then bounce away.
they're gonna get just like their spine broken by a gorilla, and the four just gonna be
Yeah.
like, I'm good, actually. Never mind. That
It's like
thing's a fucking
y'all
animal.
never watched fucking Jungle Book? I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
dude.
I've never
I
actually
can't.
fuck. I mean, I've read it as a kid. I've never seen like the new shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't even know if there's lions in that now that I'm thinking about it. I think they're tigers.
Facts. They're like leopards or some shit, right?
They're legit
They're
not
they're a
lions.
Troy, New York bobcat.
Yeah, dude. All right. All right, we're over an hour. I'm gonna let you plug your stuff here because we're gonna get this thing out of here.
Facts, homie. Yeah, yeah, dude. It's been an absolute fucking pleasure, homie.
It literally doesn't feel like an hour. I looked and I was like, oh, that's why
No,
you're
not at
coming out
all.
here. It's bedtime.
Right, right. No, absolutely. Yeah, dude. No, I appreciate you having me. Absolutely. Yeah, dude. I Setto on TikTok. I make funny shit, you know. But yeah, bro. Thank you so much, homie. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, dude, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll do it again. We'll
Yeah,
do it again. We'll
absolutely,
do it
dog.
when
Oh,
you're not
definitely.
sick so you can get in here.
Definitely,
That'll
definitely,
be fun,
definitely.
dude.
I appreciate it. The energy will be a lot different.
Yeah, no, definitely. Check out Setto on TikTok.
Yeah, man. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.